Whether you're a business that has multiple locations or you're just a small business owner looking to get more leads to the door organically, local SEO is the way to go. And if you're not doing local SEO, chances are your competitors are, and they're getting a majority of the traffic when it comes to the area you are servicing. And before I dive deep into how to do local SEO in 2025, I want to highlight how AI is impacting local SEO, but not only local SEO, but SEO as a whole. I'm going to showcase more of an example of how Google does this, but it is limited when it comes to AI overviews, which is the LLM model where it's more of a generative experience where data is being pulled from different sources and is being generated through an AI model. So for example, if you search what are the best things to do in Central Park, you can see here it's a generative response with AI overviews with overall highlights on what to do and sources it's citing from. So as you can see here, it's literally pulling data from different sources within the specific local query. And you can see here as well, top sites in Central Park where they're pulling a lot of Google My Businesses and listing this as well. And it's important to note things are expected to change. Back before, when this was in beta, it was called SGE or Search Generative Experience. And now they rebranded it to AI Overviews, and it's constantly changing. And before, for every single local search, SGE pretty much created generative results on local businesses, but now it's only limited. So it is still pretty, volatile and is always changing. And it's not, it's pretty hard to expect what would it look like in the future or what type of updates Google will be willing to make. But something important to note is ChatGPT basically released SearchGPT, which is a generative LLM chatbot where you can basically do searches and it will generate searches based on what query you're searching for. In this case, local SEO is a factor, and you could do local searches as well. The reason I'm explaining this is because SearchGPT is expected to increase by 1% within 2025, and it's constantly increasing. And then if you look at the overall trend within the search engine market share, you can see Google is decreasing, and it's creating more of this competitive aspect where other search engines are basically garnering more of that search engine market share. Same thing with ChatGPT, SearchGPT, and people are using Perplexity as a basically way to conduct searches. And it's important to really garner the widespread of the search market engine share within your new basically 2025 local SEO strategy. So I'm in ChatGPT here, so let's do a search on something local. So I could do something like best restaurant in Hoboken, New Jersey. And then basically here it will generate results on local restaurants. So if you give it time here, it's literally pulling data from different sources. I'm gonna show you guys a really step-by-step guide on how to rank for this and how to showcase your business when it comes to generative experience with LLM chatbots. So in this case, you can probably use a tool such as SEMrush to give you more of the insights when it comes to a specific keyword, how much volume it would have, the cost per click if you were to run ads, or how much money you would be saving if you were ranking for this within the search engines, and also different keyword variations that you could use and really create when it comes to looking for a specific keyword. So in this case, for example, I've searched the keyword roof repair NJ, and this can give me more variations when it comes to what type of sub services you could do. So roof repair could be a main service, but then it can be broken up into different types of sub services. So for example, you have flat roof repair New Jersey. You also have emergency roof repair within New Jersey, and different variations you could use and really hone in on really matching up what your basically company has to offer and creating service pages that are optimized for this. In this case, the more specific you go within an area, the less competition there is. So for example, roof repair within New Jersey would be a little bit more competitive and take a little more time to rank for. But if you go really in depth on the certain location, so for example, if you're a roofing company based in Newark, New Jersey, this would be a really great keyword for you to target. You can see the keyword difficulty is at 0, but take this with a grain of salt since it's more of an estimate, since it is a third-party tool. But this can give you really good insights on how hard a keyword would be and how much volume it would have. So this is definitely a keyword I would specifically go for if I was within Newark, New Jersey and I offered roof repair. And then you can also look at your competitors. This is a company that's ranking #1 for roof repair within New Jersey. And then you can really just reverse engineer their keywords and see if it fits with the services that you're offering, and really pretty much in a sense steal the keywords that they're ranking for. And then in this case, yeah, you can really just go down the line. Really, you can export this as well and just filter it. But it's important to note that these guys are ranking for keywords. And if this were to be converted into Google Ads, the overall monthly cost would be $10,000, meaning these guys are saving $10,000 ranking organically. And it really just showcases how, valuable SEO is and the ROI within this as well. So now that you have your list of keywords that you want to be targeting, it's important to really structure out your website and optimize every specific page based on your keyword research. So in this example, I've created more of an example of how would a website structure would look like for a pest control company. So for example, you would have the homepage, which will then link out to company pages, such as like about us, contact us, etc. Then you would have your services pages, and every service would be basically an overall service and then broken up into sub-services. So for example, some pest control companies do offer home services, which are like moisture control, attic insulation, etc. And they fall under also just pest control, which are basically mosquito, termites, bed bugs, exterminator. And then they also have animal control, which another service might be bat exclusion. But you can pretty much get the gist on how you would want to structure your site. And then another thing to note is also really focus on location pages. So in this example, some businesses do have multiple locations, or they want to target more of the neighborhoods within that area. So for example of this would be if you were a pest control company within New Jersey, you could target and create location pages such as Newark Pest Control New Jersey, Wayne Pest Control New Jersey, and so on. Now honing in on how would you structure these pages, I've pretty much just pulled this image, but structuring a blog post is the same thing as also structuring a landing page, so this would make sense. So basically, from the keywords that you pulled, you really want to implement a good amount of keyword density, meaning you want to include it within your content multiple times, but as long as it fits naturally within the content. You just don't want to include that keyword and make it seem as spammy as possible. And based on that, you also want to structure your basically landing page or blog post on the keyword you're targeting correctly. So for example, you would have the title, and within the title of the blog, you would want to have the keyword within there. But before I really dive more deep down the list, your URL structure also plays a part in this. So for example, if we were to rank for, let's say, attic insulation, how would the overall structure look like in this example I gave you guys? So it would look like something like this. You would have service pages, services, which this can be like your overall hub page where it internally links to all your services, so that way it's easier for not only your users to navigate through your site, but for search crawlers to really understand your content and really have an easier time going to page. Then you would have your home services, which would be basically subcategory, but also really hone in on your overall home services services that you offer. Then it would come down to attic insulation. And then an important factor as well, which will give more local visibility signals, is if you implement the city and the state that you're offering. So in this case, if we were doing Newark, New Jersey as an example, it would be really nice if you added Newark, New Jersey, attic installation Newark, New Jersey, which have more of that local visibility aspect and that SEO keyword optimization for your specific landing page. And the overall structure of your content is also an important factor when it comes to ranking for the LLMs, like as I explained before, like AI overviews or ChatGPT. Structure is a really key indicator when it comes to ranking your content and really having concise answers based on the specific headings that you have for that. So what do I mean by the structure of your content? But as an example, if I search within SearchGPT, best roofers in New Jersey, I can see here they come up with a lot of different, businesses that fall in line with this. But if I look at number one and I really just dive deep into the website, their homepage specifically targets New Jersey roofing. So as you can see here, this is their H1. So let's look at their overall header structure. So I can use something like detailed SEO to really look into this. But as I said before, they have one H1, which you should have, and it specifically talks about New Jersey Roofing Company and New Jersey roofing contractors. And then they've split up within their content H2s, which are subtopics within that. So they have request a free quote, talks about more about their company as a whole, but also containing that keyword that they're targeting. And it just comes down to really structuring your content based on the keyword that you're targeting or the topic that you're targeting. So you can see here as well, they talk about custom reviews, but within New Jersey roofing. And the LLM models pretty much just read all of this and pull data from this. And these LLM models have RAG, which is retrieval augmented generation, basically meaning that they're pulling from the database. In this case, ChatGPT uses Bing, and it's pulling from all the top queries within Bing based on the search query people are searching for and pulling data from that. So this is why including your keywords within this not only helps within, ranking for local SEO when people search for you, but also ranking within LLM models and having that great structure when it comes to creating your content. Now, another aspect when it comes to local SEO is having and optimizing a Google My Business. Without a Google My Business, you won't have that stronger trust factor when it comes to Google and having that, official Google My Business where it's claimed. And this will also give you the possibility when it comes to ranking within maps. So for example, if I search restaurants near me, you would have the basically map packs, which showcases restaurants within this area, and then also just overall map search. So what are local map ranking factors? Number one is Google My Business completion, making sure you're adding services, descriptions, and even posts, aka updates consistently that are containing targeted keywords and talk about the services that you offer overall. Having a consistent amount of reviews and having a lot of 5-star reviews as well can really affect your overall rankings when it comes to map. And then on page elements, as I was talking before, such as creating these overall services with that, really optimizing for that local service keyword for your specific services. And then also mentioning location pages, as I talked about before, having a local location page on the areas you service. And then another important factor is citations. And citations are basically directories such as Yelp or even Yelp pages, which showcases more of that NAP. NAP stands for name, address, and phone number. Basically, Google looks at these consistencies to really showcase your business is actually, official. So here's an example of a client of mine, and we've been working on optimizing their Google My Business and also their web pages, but we've created specific landing pages for every service that they offer. And not only that, but we've updated it within the services and also created a description with optimized text within that local specific location that they offer. So in this case, they're offering car wraps within Jacksonville, Florida. We made sure to mention that within the services and really created, a bunch of these service descriptions that's correlating with the landing pages that they have. You optimize your Google My Business, and not only your Google My Business, but you have a really good website structure that covering a lot of these topics and services that you offer that are optimized within that local area that you're servicing. Another good thing you can add within this is adding structured data to your website, which is basically schema markup. And the goal of this is to really have an easier time for the crawlers to understand the type of content you're basically showcasing, and this would help rank higher within the LLM chatbots generative responses. So there's a lot of different types of structured data. In this case, you can highlight more if a piece of content is an article page, or if you have a local business and it's a local business website, if you're offering a product, if you embedded a video and really want to showcase that this is a video, etc. This is the way to go. So for example, for one of my clients I've implemented local schema markup. So let me use a schema builder to really showcase this. And then you can see here, this is a local business schema markup that we have that really highlights more of their local business aspect. So this is how the script type will look like, and it's an HTML that really aggregates what the content is about. So in this case, it really talks about the brand, same as, and really just correlating to the social media profiles and showcasing the address, etc., and highlighting more of the fact of the NAP, which I talked about, which we have the name, address, and phone number within here. And at step number 5, which in my opinion is like the most important step, especially in 2025, since link building are basically brand mentions, or when a website links to your website, as long as it's in the specific similar niche or topic that it's linking to you and within appropriate context, this will definitely help ramp up your overall rankings within not only local SEO, but your SEO overall. And when it comes to LLM chatbot models as well, brand mentions throughout the web is an important factor when it comes to just ranking for generative results. So here's an example of why this is important. So if I do a search within Search GPT and I see what are like the best contractors in New Jersey, it would come up with a generative result. But if you've noticed, all the data it's being pulled from is house. And within house, they have a listicle, which talk about the best 15 general contractors. And this is what I was talking about before, making sure that you have brand mentions that are still within the similar niche or within the similar topic that are linking back to you. So SearchGPT is basically pulling data from the online web, from mainly specifically on Bing, which is also important to really optimize for Bing and create more of the directories within Bing. They have Bing locations. And yeah, this is why they have Bing locations. And yeah, this can really just showcase and highlight why link building is extremely important and why having high, authoritative websites linking back to you is really important as well. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this step-by-step guide. Feel free to leave a comment below if you have any specific questions on this topic, and I could get back to you guys as well. And if you guys want a free 30-minute consultation call and see how I can help your business rank within the LLM chat bots and also increase local SEO visibility, you can always feel free to reach out to me and email me at hello@ricardorodriguez with 2z's.com. And I'll catch you guys in